Oh, good morning. One of God here, one man here. Yo, okay, so check this out. This is going to be a bit right here because I have to put down some words right now because I got some words last night from one of the bloodlines, right? So one of the bloodlines sent me some words and I'm just like, "Oh my God, I have to do a public instruction because the trustees do not understand what the words mean." So, here we go. How many bits I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So basically I have 4 bits. I'm going to lay these out and then I'm going to lay them out so then that way all trustees will be able to see, because we have a problem right now. Here, let me turn the music down. Right. So we have a problem right now is where the men and the women of the realm don't understand the words, right? They don't understand the words that are being presented to them because they just go in and they start chattering about the words that they get, right? So here, remember this. This is a simple thing to remember. The most important day is today. Okay, that's a fact, right? So every day that you wake up, that's special. That's important. That means that God gave you another day to crush, right? So today we're going to crush because today is special. And then I'm getting stuff and then I need to lay down some tracks so then that way trustees and public servants can get the words, right? You need to have these words, man, right? Because if you don't understand or have knowledge of word, right, and you don't know where the word comes from, then the words that people give you, they're going to just twist you all up and down and they're going to have you like Alice in Wonderland, man. It's just crazy. Okay, so check this out. Here goes. Look, I wrote these words down right here because these words came from another source, right? So I got a source from I guess it's a court, some type of court and some type of state, right? So there was a state where there was a court, right? And then there was a judge, and then there was lawyers, and then there was a man or a woman, and then there was a black robe man, which we call the judge, and then there was an attack man, which we would call the prosecutor, and then we had a defend man, which we would call the defense, right? So this is what the court is set up. The court is always set up with 1, 2, 3, technically 4, right? You should have the black robe man, which is the judge, right? Then you have the one attack man, which is one lawyer, right? It shouldn't be a lawyer. It should just be a man who attacks, right? And then you have a man who defends, man or woman, right? So that's what you should have in the court of law, right? In court, right? You always have to be able to face your accuser, right? That's just the facts. That's the facts between man, woman, realm, right? Now in 14A, right? So you have to understand that there's 2 different realms, right? You have the public realm and then you have the private realm. In the public realm, you have public citizens, and public citizens complain. They just complain. They go, "Oh my God, I'm so upset. I need to complain." That's why they do these things like this. So here, let me throw this down for you. So here's my bit, script, word, go show. Ready? Here we go. Disposition. Dispose, apart, to put, place, okay? Complain, with, together, to strike, use, employ, exercise, perform, minor, may, small, produce, forward, to lead, porno, porne, to sell, graph, to scratch, carve. Question. What is a claim? All right. Claim means to shout. What? Okay. Question. What man or woman makes complain? Answer. None. Men and women do not complain. Men and women only make claims, right? People who are not of age of consent, they complain, right? That's what you have to understand. Here's a fact. Oh, I already said that fact, right? Here's the fact. Only man and woman make claims face to face, word to word, testimony of man and woman. Okay, so the public complains, the private claims, right? That's what's going on right now. So the public complains and then the private claims, right? Men and women make claims. We shout, we show, we say, "Yo, here are the rules. Here's the law. Now show me where I'm wrong," right? And in the public, they make complaints. They go and then they find a lawyer or something like that. And they say, "Mr. Lawyer, I was hurt. Something happened to me. Can you write this down for me and go fix it?" That's what they do when they complain. Children complain, right? You don't want to be a child. You want to grow up to be a man or a woman, right? Because, little men and little women are called children, right? And then when they grow up, then they become men and women, right? And then sometimes they never grow up, and then we call those public citizens. That's just a fact, man. So if you never grow up, then we know that you're a 14A. We know that you fall under the 14th Amendment, and then we know that you're a public citizen, and we know that you don't follow in the private jurisdiction, which means that you need to be controlled because you are technically not aware. You are not aware, which means that you need to be controlled by someone or some entity trustee that is aware. And that's what we have the courts for, right? So the courts now come in, and then they have all of these things right here, where they say, hey, here's a disposition, right? And then they fill out the disposition. But we all know what dispose means, right? It means apart, to put to place, right? So they're putting things apart into place, right? So what we do is we assemble things, right? So for now on, just know that men and women don't complain. We do not make complaints. We make claims, right? We shout, we show what's up, right? And then now whenever you see something that someone sends you something and the word has complaint in it, ignore it, right? Because you don't know what you're reading. You don't understand. So all trustees, all public trustees, man, we need to fix this, because I'm seeing right now that there are a lot of men and there are a lot of women that are being put in situations because they lack knowledge. They don't know how to read, right? And then they get caught up in the 14A, right? So all 14A people, all public citizens, you guys are all getting caught up. You're getting caught up, man, right? You need to fix this, right? You need to go and you need to understand your words, right? You need to understand your words. You need to understand the Constitution, and you need to see where you are as a man or a woman in that hierarchy, right? Because you got God, right? You have man, woman, child, and then you have everything else, right? So when they define you as something else, like when they define you as a offender, right? What is an offender, right? Show me what an offender is, right? I want to see an offender, right? Show me in the law, show me in the Constitution what it means to offend, right? I don't think you can do it, man, right? So check this out. All public trustees, right? We need to go back and we need to look at this, right? Because we need to start separating, right? Because we have a system, right? We have God's system, right? And then we have men's systems, and it seems like men's systems they're stepping over the boundaries, right? You cannot come and you cannot mess with God's creation, right? Men and women were created by God. Therefore, God has jurisdiction over men and women, right? Men and women have jurisdictions over the creatures that we create, which is all government. So government creatures are controlled by us, we the people, men and women, right? So from now on, I need people this is a point of clarity right now, right? Point of clarity, right? This is going out to all the public trustees, right? Here's the point of clarity. The Bar Association attorneys you hire, right? Do they work for you or do they work for the people, right? So when you go and then you get up into this system, right, you need to look at that lawyer and then you need to say, hey, lawyer, do you work for me or do you work for someone else, right? Because if you work for me, then you need to put my words on paper. Don't put legal words on paper, because legal words are no words, no law, no law. Legal is no law. Remember that fact, man. So that's it. Just know that all administrative procedure acts are no law. And no law is no law. Title 42, non-positive law, man. No law is no law. You can't lock people up for no law. You can't harm people for no law. And that's been happening for a very long time. And now we have to go back and we have to correct it. We have to correct it all. And it's going to be fun. So yeah, public trustees, man, just fix that, man. We're going to start this public education because we need to know the difference, because there's a public citizen and there's a private citizen, right? All public citizens are 14As, right? So if you're a 14A, then I know that you're a public, right? And I'll know that because you will be defined by your words, right? And on that note, I'm out and good. I'll see you in the future. Remember, nobody's having more fun than us. Bye.